Hi y'all, you're watching Writing Wednesdays. My name is Maverick Moses and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm talking about death, specifically killing people. In your book. You know how when you watch a TV show, especially an action show, and miraculously, no matter what kind of crazy circumstance the heroes go under, they all come out unscathed and live happily ever after in the end. For most people, myself included, that can make an otherwise awesome show become boring and predictable. Now think about shows like Game of Thrones and Grey's Anatomy. Both of them have been going on for so many seasons and are still going strong with their fan base. That's because these shows never drone out into a rut, because they're not afraid of killing off main characters. Main characters that we've come to love and connect with, making their death that much more impactful on the audience. The same thing goes for books. You gotta throw in a little death in there to not only make it less predictable, but also more exciting and emotional. So in today's Writing Wednesday, I'm going to teach you some tips to keep in mind when you're killing off a main character in your book. Number 1, is it a main character? Some writers may be like, I have tons of death in my book, so I'm good. But I ask you writers this, are any of those deaths main characters? In horror and thriller books especially, there's death galore throughout the entire story. But a death isn't that impactful unless the character has been developed throughout the entire story. Minor supporting characters typically aren't given a huge backstory or rising action throughout the book, and because of that, their death is kind of meaningless to the reader. A death of a minor character is predictable because they're made to be expendable. But a death of a major character, one that you've built up throughout the story and has made the reader fall in love with, their death is going to be the most impactful to the reader because it will make them the most emotional, because that character isn't expendable and therefore their death wasn't predictable. Number 2, no random deaths. Please. Okay, so you've created your cast and your plotline, and then halfway through writing the book, you change your mind and just go, I think I'm gonna kill this character off. So you kill him off and there was absolutely zero reason to do it. All you did was anger your reader and didn't provide a message to them through that character's death. That message should be saying that this character's death was a driving force for the plotline. But if there's no driving force that comes from it, what was the point? Number 3, strategic ways of dying. This ties in with number 2 and not making the deaths random. Main character deaths should have an impact on the other characters, thus driving the plotline forward. But the way they die should also have an impact. If you're writing an epic war between forces of good and evil, don't kill off a main character by having them have a heart attack or get into a car crash. Kill them off by allowing the evil forces to have a victory, thus murdering them instead. This will create a motivation within the other characters to be stronger and fight off the evil that took away their friend. Number 4, invoke emotions. One of the main reasons why a main character death is so impactful to the other characters, as well as to the readers, is the way that it invokes emotion. It can create sadness, grief, frustration, anger, confusion. You can describe the moments when the other main characters' hearts break because their friend or loved one was ripped away from them. And when a death scene is done right, all of those emotions that the characters are feeling, the readers will also be feeling. I still remember when I was 10 and I read Bridge to Terabithia, and I literally threw the book across the room and screamed and cried when Leslie died. Number 5, created to die. Keeping in mind all the aforementioned points, the main character should be developed throughout the story in a way that makes their death impactful to the characters and reader. Many writers do an awesome job doing this, and then when it's time for them to die, I don't want to kill them anymore, I like them too much. Stop whining! You created this character from page 1 for the sole purpose of dying at an integral part in the story. So kill them already. You'll thank me later. So are you gonna remember these thoughts when you're writing a death scene? You better. Let me know in the comments down below what you thought of this video, and if you have any other tips about killing off main characters that you've learned throughout your writing journey, feel free to also leave them down in the comments and help out some other writers as well. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, make sure you give it a thumbs up, and if you want more Writing Wednesdays every week, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Be sure to follow me on Instagram for behind the pages insight into my life and work and sneak peeks of future videos. See y'all next week. Bye!